A cry in the void. Commander Sarah Chen stood on the observation deck of the Terra Nova, watching Earth's newest colony shrink into the distance. New Haven represented humanity's boldest step yet into the cosmos, a thriving settlement 300 light-years from home. At 38 years old, Sarah had dedicated half her life to space exploration, her calloused hands and sharp eyes testament to countless missions beyond the solar system. "Commander," Lieutenant James Park's voice crackled through the comm system. "We're picking up something unusual on long-range sensors." Sarah's boots clicked against the metal floor as she made her way to the bridge. The Terra Nova hummed with activity, its crew of 50 specialists, each focused on their stations. The main viewscreen displayed a pattern of signals that defied classification. "What am I looking at, Lieutenant?" Sarah asked, studying the strange waveforms. Park adjusted his glasses, fingers flying across his console. "It's definitely artificial, Commander, but the pattern doesn't match any known technology. The mathematics embedded within suggest a distress call." Dr. Kenji Tanaka, the ship's communications specialist, leaned forward from his station. "I've been running it through our translation protocols. The language structure is completely alien, but the underlying message is clear. Someone needs help." Sarah felt the familiar weight of command settle on her shoulders. Humanity had only discovered faster-than-light travel 20 years ago. Their explorations had been careful, methodical, mostly automated probes and scientific missions. This would be their first potential alien contact. "Distance to signal origin?" she asked. "Approximately 4 light days from our current position," Park replied. "In the Sigma Draconis system, we're the only human vessel within response range." Chief Security Officer Miguel Santos stepped forward, his weathered face creased with concern. "Commander, this screams trap. We don't know what's out there. Could be raiders, could be something worse. Or it could be someone genuinely in distress," added Dr. Elena Vasquez, the ship's xenobiologist. "If we ignore this call and someone dies because of our caution, what does that say about humanity?" Sarah studied the signal pattern again. The mathematical precision suggested advanced intelligence, while subtle variations hinted at urgency, perhaps even desperation. She thought of Earth's history, times when help arrived too late, or not at all. "We signed up to explore the unknown," Sarah said finally, "to represent humanity among the stars. If someone needs our help, we answer. That's who we are." Santos nodded grimly. "Then we go in ready for anything." "Prepare for jump," Sarah commanded. "All departments, ready stations for potential first contact scenario. Dr. Vasquez, prepare medical bay for unknown species. Chief Santos, I want tactical teams on standby." As the crew prepared, Sarah sent a message to Earth Command explaining their decision. By the time any response arrived, they would already be at the coordinates. The Terra Nova's FTL drive charged with a rising whine, reality bending around them as they punched through the fabric of space. They emerged into chaos. The view screen showed a star system in turmoil. A blue-green planet orbited a yellow sun, but the space around it was filled with ships, some fleeing, others pursuing. The escaping vessels were elegant crystalline structures that seemed to sing with light. Their pursuers were darker, angular ships that moved with predatory precision. "Multiple vessels engaged in combat," Park reported. "The crystalline ships are taking heavy damage. I'm reading life signs aboard them. They're packed with refugees." Dr. Tanaka's hands moved frantically across his controls. "Commander, I'm receiving a direct transmission. They know we're here." "Put it through," Sarah ordered. The view screen shifted to show a being unlike anything in Earth's databases. Tall and willowy, with skin that shimmered like moonlight on water, the creature had delicate features and large, multifaceted eyes that seemed to hold ancient wisdom. When it spoke, its voice was like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. "Unknown vessel," the translation came through with musical undertones. "You answered our call. We are the Etheri. The Vorn hunt us, seeking our extinction. You must flee. They destroy all who aid us. Sarah stepped forward. This is Commander Sarah Chen of the Earth vessel Terra Nova. We received your distress signal. Why do these Vorn hunt you? The Ethere's eyes widened, colors rippling across its skin in what might have been surprise. Earth. You are from Earth. The being's voice carried a note of awe. We have heard whispers. They say your world is, how do you translate, a death world? Sarah frowned at the unfamiliar term. I don't understand. Earth is our home. A world of extremes, the Ethere explained quickly, glancing at something off-screen. Violent weather, seismic activity, countless predators. Your people survived such conditions. We did more than survive, Sarah replied. We thrived. Now tell us about these Vorn. Before the Ethere could respond, an explosion rocked one of the crystalline vessels. On the tactical display, 3 Vorn ships had broken formation, heading directly for the Terra Nova. They come, the Ethere whispered. You should run. Your one ship cannot stand against them. Sarah's jaw tightened. She thought of humanity's history, standing against impossible odds, protecting those who couldn't protect themselves. She thought of her grandfather's stories about Earth's ancient warriors who chose death over dishonor. You're right, she said. One ship can't stand against them, but one human ship. She turned to her crew. Let's show them what it means to evolve on a death world. All hands, battle stations. The Terra Nova surged forward, its weapons charging as alarms blared throughout the ship. Humanity's first interstellar battle was about to begin, and Commander Sarah Chen was determined it wouldn't be their last. Behind them, the distress signal continued to pulse through space, no longer just a cry for help, but soon to become a beacon of hope for the hunted. The humans had arrived, and the galaxy would never be the same. The hunted and the hunters. The Vorn ships approached with mechanical precision, their dark hulls absorbing light like wounds in space. Commander Chen studied their formation. 3 vessels moving in perfect synchronization, no variation in speed or spacing. It reminded her of something from Earth's nature documentaries. They move like army ants, she muttered. Lieutenant Park glanced up from his console. Commander. Hive behavior, Sarah explained. No individual initiative. They're parts of a larger organism. She turned to her weapons officer. Target the center ship first. Let's see how they handle disruption. The Terra Nova's railguns charged with a distinctive whine. Unlike the energy weapons favored by both the Ethere and Vorn, human ships still relied on kinetic weapons. Chunks of tungsten accelerated to relativistic speeds. Fire. The projectiles tore through space, invisible to the naked eye. The center Vorn ship's shields flared brilliantly before failing, the tungsten rounds punching through its hull like bullets through paper. The vessel listed, venting atmosphere and debris. The remaining 2 Vorn ships paused. Actually paused, as if confused by the tactic. Direct hit, Park reported, amazement in his voice. Their shields couldn't adapt to kinetic weapons. Before Sarah could respond, her communications console chimed. The Ethere leader appeared again, its translucent skin now showing rapid color changes. How? It breathed. The Vorn shields have never failed. What weapons do you possess? Rocks, Sarah replied with a grim smile. We throw rocks very, very fast. The Ethere's eyes widened further. Your species weaponized. Debris. When you evolve on a world trying to kill you, you learn to use everything as a weapon. Sarah said, Now, can your ships dock with ours? We need to coordinate. The Vorn will destroy us all. The Ethere protested. You've wounded them. They'll call the entire fleet. Good, Sarah said. Let them come. 20 minutes later, Sarah stood in Terra Nova's docking bay as the first Ethere refugees boarded. They moved like dancers, each step deliberate and graceful despite their obvious exhaustion. Up close, she could see their skin wasn't just translucent, but actually contained flowing patterns of bioluminescence. The Aetheri leader approached, towering over her despite its delicate build. "I am Symphonic Hylia, voice of the third harmony," it said, the translation struggling with concepts that had no human equivalent. "Commander Sarah Chen," she replied, extending her hand. "Welcome aboard the Terra Nova." Hylia stared at the offered hand with confusion. Sarah realized the gesture meant nothing to the alien and lowered it. Instead, the Aetheri touched its forehead and chest in what seemed to be a greeting. "Your ship?" Hylia said, looking around the utilitarian docking bay. "It's so dense, heavy. The walls, the air itself feels weighted." Dr. Vasquez stepped forward with her medical scanner. "Earth's gravity is 1.8 times standard galactic baseline," she explained. "Our atmospheric pressure is similarly high. How do your people manage?" "We adapt," Kylie said, though its movements had become noticeably more labored. "We fled our homeworld when the Vorn came. We've learned to survive in hostile environments." Sarah caught the bitter tone. "How long have they been hunting you?" 3 of your years." Kylie's colors shifted to deep blues and purples. "They appeared at our outer colonies first. We tried to communicate, to share our music, our art. The Vorn see no value in such things. They consume. They expand. They eliminate anything that might compete for resources." Chief Santos approached, his hand resting on his sidearm. "How many refugees do you have?" 8,000, Kylie answered. "All that remains of the Aetheri harmonies. Once we numbered in the billions." The bridge alarm interrupted them. Park's voice echoed through the ship. "Commander to the bridge. We have incoming." Sarah raced to her command center, Kylie following with surprising speed despite the heavy gravity. The main screen showed dozens of Vorn ships dropping out of FTL, forming a sphere around the planet. 47 vessels, Park reported. "They're jamming our FTL drive. We're trapped." Kylie's skin turned ash gray. "The Vorn overmind. It comes to finish us personally." The alien turned to Sarah. "You should surrender us. Perhaps they'll spare your ship." Sarah studied the tactical display. 47 ships against 1. Impossible odds by any calculation. She thought of Thermopylae, of Work's Drift, of the siege of Baston. Humans had a long history of spitting in the face of certain death. "Dr. Tanaka," she said calmly, "can you establish communication with the Vorn?" "I can try, Commander." "Do it." Sarah turned to Kylie. "Tell me everything about their overmind. How it thinks, how it commands." "Why?" Kylie asked. "You cannot hope to fight them all." "No," Sarah agreed. "But I can make them think twice about hunting you." She activated ship-wide comm. "All hands, this is the commander. We're outnumbered 47 to 1. The enemy expects us to run or surrender. They've never faced humans before. Let's teach them why Earth's children don't know the meaning of impossible odds." The crew's response was immediate. Battle stations manned, weapons charged, damage control teams ready. In engineering, Chief Martinez pushed the reactors to 120% capacity. In the medical bay, Dr. Vasquez prepared for casualties while learning Aetheri physiology on the fly. The Vorn overmind's image appeared on screen. A massive insectoid creature with compound eyes that seemed to see in too many dimensions. When it spoke, its voice was the buzz of a million wings. "Human vessel Terra Nova," it intoned. "You harbor fugitives. Surrender the Aetheri, and you may depart." Sarah stepped forward. "Commander Sarah Chen, representing Earth and humanity. The Aetheri are under our protection." The overmind's mandibles clicked in what might have been amusement. "1 ship. 47 of ours. Your mathematics must be faulty." "My math is fine," Sarah replied. "But you're missing variables. You've never fought humans. We're not like the others you've conquered. All organic life is similar. All can be consumed." Sarah smiled coldly. "Try us." She cut the communication and turned to her crew. "They expect us to think like prey. Time to show them what persistence predators can do. Helm, Attack Pattern Omega. Let's introduce them to human warfare. The Terra Nova burst into motion, accelerating toward the Vorn formation at speeds that made the Ether aghast. Human ships were built for acceleration that would crush more delicate species. Fire all weapons, Sarah commanded. Target their formation points. Make them break their patterns. Railguns spoke in thunder, missile tubes emptied their deadly cargo, and point defense lasers carved through space. The Vorn ships, expecting energy weapons they could shield against, found themselves peppered with hypervelocity projectiles their defenses couldn't stop. 3 Vorn vessels exploded in the first pass. Their hive mind makes them predictable, Sarah explained to the astounded Kalia. They can't adapt fast enough to chaos. The Vorn fleet reeled, their perfect formation shattered. Individual ships began to act independently, a sure sign the Overmind was struggling to process the unconventional assault. They're confused, Kylie whispered, colors rippling across its skin. The harmony sings in chaos, and they cannot hear it. Sarah nodded. Now we teach them fear. Chief Santos, prepare boarding teams. We're going to take one of their ships. Boarding action. Kylie's voice rose in pitch. You would enter their vessels. Touch the Devourers. Where I come from, Sarah said, watching the tactical display. We have a saying. The best defense is a good offense. They want to hunt. Let's show them what it feels like to be prey. The Terra Nova dove into the heart of the Vorn formation, weapons blazing, dodging return fire with maneuvers that pushed the crew to their limits. Behind Sarah, Kylie watched in amazement as humans turned certain death into a deadly dance, their single ship sowing chaos among dozens. The galaxy had never seen warfare like this. It was about to learn why humanity's first instinct in danger wasn't to flee. It was to fight back harder.